Hi there, my name's Austin Hirsch, and I'm a 23-year-old entrepreneur from Gig Harbor, Washington. As some of you may have heard, SpaceX has just announced their plans to launch the first ever all civilian spaceflight at a historic mission called Inspiration 4. The spaceship will only have 4 seats. One is reserved for Jared Isaacman, the CEO of Shift 4 Payments and an accomplished aviator who's funding the mission. The second is for a St. Jude ambassador who embodies hope. The third is for a St. Jude donor, which could be you if you donate as little as $10 to cancer research. And the fourth and final seat is reserved for an inspirational entrepreneur who makes it their vocation to improve the world through creativity and innovation. I'm here today to tell you why that person should be me. Now, they say that this fourth and final passenger will be selected by a panel of celebrity judges. I did a little research, and I think there's only a handful of people who could take on this responsibility. So I cheated a little bit and gave them a call. All right, looks like we have Jared joining. Now, Elon, the captain from Wally, nice. We got an exhausted looking Matthew McConaughey and Matt Damon. Well, all right, I think this is everyone. Thank you all for joining me. This means a lot to have you here. I know you all have really busy schedules. It looks like you're all a bit frozen. I'm not sure if that's the Wi-Fi. I'm still working out of my parents' house, or it could be because I just got all of your pictures from the internet. But just give me a quick thumbs up if you can hear this. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, nice. Well, I'm just going to jump right into it, and I'm going to share my screen. All right, can you see this? One more thumbs up. Perfect. All right, jumping in. So we've all heard that space is the final frontier. But what many people don't realize is that space was also the first frontier for many inventions that went on to change our lives. Initially, memory foam, computer mice, wireless headphones, and solar panels were all made exclusively for astronauts before trickling down to you and me. With the launch of Inspiration 4, even space travel is no longer just for astronauts. SpaceX has brought this rich history of space innovation to new levels. I started the 2050 company to do the same. Space travel was made possible by the invention of freeze-dried foods. These foods are perfect for astronauts because they're nutrient-packed, lightweight, and can be prepared in seconds by just adding a little water. When I was studying mechanical engineering in college, I realized that freeze drying is yet another technology that could really help us here on Earth, even though it started in space. So I put together a pitch deck, entered a pitch competition, and won a few $1,000s, which I used to buy my first freeze dryer, and got to work. Just a year and a half later, the 2050 Smoothie is already in the hands of more than 1,000 people. The 2050 Smoothie is an instant smoothie made from 100% real fruits and vegetables and nothing else. You just blend the powder with a cup of ice and a cup of water, and it rehydrates into a delicious frozen smoothie in under a minute. Now, is it cool that you can make a smoothie in less than 60 seconds by just adding ice and water? Yes. Is it cool that the smoothie has the same taste and nutrition as your everyday smoothie made from fresh or frozen fruit? Also, yes. And is it cool that you don't even have to refrigerate the smoothie powder and you can keep it in your pantry for up to 2 years? Of course. But I'm not going to devote my life to bringing a product to life if it's just cool. Cool isn't good enough. I also want to make the world a better place. Project Drawdown, the world's leading resource in climate change solutions, has identified reducing food waste as the single best way to prevent global warming of 2 degrees Celsius by 2050. Fruits and vegetables are among the most wasted food out there, with nearly 50% of American produce going uneaten. By sourcing imperfect and surplus produce from farms and distributors, we cut out some waste at its source. Then we freeze dry it, which removes all of the water but leaves nutrients and taste intact. This extends shelf life from days to years and effectively eliminates waste due to perishability. We grind this dried fruit to a fine powder to eliminate all cosmetic differences. So a beautiful strawberry and an ugly strawberry become identical. For the past 2 years, I've been building the 2050 company as a sole founder. I've been able to bootstrap the business without taking any external money. Instead, I've let the idea speak for itself, winning first place at the Fowler Social Innovation Challenge and the Northwest Entrepreneur Competition, and third place at the Dempsey Startup Competition. I've also invested in myself, graduating summa cum laude from the University of San Diego with a bachelor's in mechanical engineering and a minor in math, and earning a master's degree in entrepreneurship, where I graduated valedictorian of my cohort. I've been able to grow my business through 100% non-dilutive funding and sweat equity, through pitch competitions, the Jones and Foster Accelerator, which I just completed last week, and a viral Kickstarter campaign. The campaign launched last August. I designed, built, and marketed the entire campaign by myself with the help of one friend. Our goal was to raise $20,000 in a month. By day 3, we had already surpassed this goal. We were trending as the #1 food product on all of Kickstarter, and were picked as a Kickstarter project we love. By the end of the month, we had surpassed $40,000, more than double our goal, and had raised it from almost 450 backers. This was a super exciting way to launch the 2050 Smoothie. This month, I'm excited to finally add a co-founder to the 2050 team, who will also act as my ground control. Greg Gibson is one of my best friends, one of the smartest people I know, and the perfect person to help bring 2050 to the next level and make a real difference in the world. I started the 2050 company because I really believe that climate change is an existential threat to humanity. Current projections show that by the year 2050, the Arctic could be ice-free. 90% of coral could be dead. Wildfires may double, and populations may demand twice as much food as needed today. This is heavy stuff. Even McConaughey is getting a little emotional over there. But there is hope. By 2050, we might have the option to live on new planets. This idea is no longer science fiction. I think this is incredibly exciting and important to work to make this option a reality. However, simultaneously, I think it's really important to ensure that we all at least maintain the option to stay here on Earth, and to not only survive on Earth, but thrive and prosper. At the 2050 company, we're already working to make this happen. One of the most abhorrent realities of food waste is that while many of us have more food than we know what to do with, many others don't have enough. And there isn't a great current solution to solving this massive disparity. We believe that the best solution is applying technology made for space right here on Earth. We're already taking our first steps to address this issue through a strategic partnership with a nonprofit experienced in fighting hunger. The ultimate vision for the 2050 company is to buy up produce that is grown and produced in surplus, use innovative technology to preserve it and make it lighter and easily to ship around the world, and then get it straight to the people who need it where it's scarce. The fourth seat aboard Inspiration 4 is reserved for someone who embodies prosperity. My entire business is built around this word. The product I make makes customers' lives healthier, easier, and more sustainable. It makes the earth a little greener in the process, and it aims to share prosperity with those people who need it most. I named my company after a concrete date in the future. This was a personal and conscious decision to devote the next 29 years of my life to ensuring prosperity for everyone here on Earth. I'm smart, I'm driven, I'm healthy, I am teachable, I am the person you're looking for. It would be the absolute honor of my lifetime to be chosen to be a crew member in this historic journey. And it would be life-changing to be able to experience the overview effect for myself when I see the Earth from the outside. Plus, I'll bring the drinks.